Good afternoon. Thank you to Congressman Shabbat, to you, sir, to the Victims of Communism Memorial Foundation for all that you are doing to stand with the people of China and fight for rights in China. It is always an honor to join you for these important rallies, but we shouldn't have to be here. Yet, here we are, once again calling on the Chinese government to end its persecution of Falun Gong practitioners and other religious believers in China. Once again calling on the Chinese government to uphold its own laws and international commitments. As you already heard, under Xi Jinping's leadership, the government has intensified efforts to extend its repression abroad. The Chinese government leads an enormous global propaganda and media influence campaign, attempts to interfere in the exercise of rights around the world, and conducts the most extensive campaign of transnational repression, which is the targeting of critics abroad, of any country in the world. At home, the Chinese government continues to repress and target not only religious believers, but also lawyers, political dissidents, labor leaders, grassroots activists, and even regular internet users. It is, of course, impossible to speak about persecution of religious leaders in China without condemning the acts of genocide being perpetrated against the more than 1 million Uyghurs and other religious and ethnic minorities in Xinjiang. But this persecution reaches across communities of faith. In Freedom House's 2017 report on religious revival, repression, and resistance in China, we found that repression has worsened for Uyghur Muslims, Tibetan Buddhists, Protestant Christians, and also for Hui Muslims, though what they face is not as severe as the Uyghurs. But over the past 5 years, and especially during the pandemic, in addition to the worsening atrocities committed against Turkic Muslims, communities in other parts of China that seemed to have been facing a slightly more optimistic trajectory, like Catholics and Falun Gong practitioners, have seen that reversed. We are about to mark the 5th anniversary of the disappearance of Gao Zhisheng, a Christian human rights lawyer who was brutally tortured in prison. Videos of Gao Zhisheng being tortured have been used to force other prisoners into falsely confessing crimes. And as we know, for those of us gathered here today, brutal persecution of Falun Gong practitioners also continues. Many may not know that some of the architects of repression in Xinjiang perfected those techniques on Tibetans and Falun Gong practitioners. As we already noted, we are here marking the 23rd anniversary of the major Chinese government crackdown on Falun Gong practitioners, but the brutality continues to this day. Wu Qiuhai, a 59-year-old adherent, has been sentenced to nearly 4 years in prison for sharing a video about Falun Gong with 2 contacts on WeChat. She is currently being held at Fujian Province Women's Prison. More broadly, religious believers and activists on behalf of the rights of ethnic minorities continue to be key targets subject to high-tech surveillance and prosecution for what they write on applications like WeChat. We've covered multiple cases of Tibetans who've been sentenced to prison for writing about issues related to their culture or faith on the app in our China Media Bulletin, which we encourage you to check out. One trend that deserves great attention is the precarious situation for religious freedom in Hong Kong. Following adoption of the national security law 2 years ago, we have seen a wide range of rights related to elections, media freedom, freedom of assembly, due process, and political participation be suppressed in Hong Kong, resulting in dozens of prosecutions. But now and over the coming year, the authorities in Hong Kong and Beijing may be turning their sights on religious communities, especially Catholics and Falun Gong practitioners. The arrest in May of Cardinal Zen in Hong Kong was a watershed moment in that regard. But despite the grim reality faced by religious believers in China and Hong Kong, we are not without hope. Despite tightened controls, millions of religious believers of all faiths defy official restrictions in daily life or engage in some form of direct protest, at times scoring significant victories. Believers have responded to CCP persecution with tenacity, nonviolence, and creativity, and have helped secure the release of detainees. The United States has banned the importation of goods made with forced labor in Xinjiang, but more must be done. Today, we call for the release of all those wrongly detained and for the closure of the prison camps in Xinjiang and elsewhere in China, and we stand in solidarity with the victims of religious persecution. We call on the U.S. government, businesses, and all those listening today to do all they can to stand with the people of China, bring accountability to the officials perpetrating abuses, and stand with all those attempting to defend and uphold rights in China and ultimately end persecution. Thank you for all you are doing. We are with you.